Holy shit, what is happening?
What is
Oh,
happening?
what
Has
is
the
happening?
world started spinning in the opposite direction? It may seem so, guys.
What is happening? So, guys, I am joined today by Kedar, and we are about to do a really quick, super short 10-minute discussion on the news of the day, and I would say the news of the decade at this point, probably. Uh,
Yeah,
the
too
breaking
soon for it.
news, if you guys have heard, if you haven't heard, well, the breaking news is that Microsoft has just bought 10 Bethesda's. I'm just kidding. Microsoft has basically bought Activision Blizzard. They've acquired Activision Blizzard and thereafter all the franchises associated with the studio.
Yeah,
The
that's perhaps
ramifications,
more.
the implications are massive. The deal is valued at, as far as I'm reading this correctly, 68.7 billion with a B dollars, which is why I said 10 times the value of Bethesda essentially. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy acquisition, and it is going to have far reaching consequences thereafter.
Yeah.
Kedar, my friend, over to you. I believe you have the article open in
Well,
front of you, the
I
official.
do, and this is from news.xbox.com.
All right, go for it.
So first of all, okay, a little bit. I will read the first line, which is creators of Call of Duty, Warcraft, Candy Crush, Tony Hawk, Diablo, Overwatch, Pyro, Hearthstone, Guitar Hero, Crash Bandicoot, StarCraft, and more join Team Xbox. Now, before we get into the meat of this discussion, Pyro and Crash Bandicoot used to be by Insomniac and Naughty Dog, respectively, over 20 years ago. 25 years ago, these were Sony properties. And 20 years hence, we are watching them
This
become
is
official Xbox IP.
this is the gaming version of a Boyo base, guys. Essentially, this is essentially what it is.
Yep.
All right. I mean, those names
Phil
on that
Spencer, the
list,
chef.
the names on that list are enough to make anyone's head spin. To be very honest, at this point.
Yep. Yep.
All
And it's
right.
baffling. Yeah.
It's
So here's what yeah, here's what the article says.
all right.
And then we'll get into like the in-depth discussion, which I know you're dying to talk about.
I am
Uh,
itching to talk about it.
I know. So it says, as a team, we are on a mission to extend the joy and community of gaming to everyone on the planet. We all know that gaming is the most vibrant and dynamic form of entertainment worldwide, and we've experienced the power of social connection and friendship that gaming makes possible. Of course. As we pursue that mission, it is incredibly exciting to announce that Microsoft has agreed to acquire Activision Blizzard, which still very new.
I just can't process this, guys. I'm gonna
Oh
be like,
God.
this is gonna be my. I can't process this phase for the rest of the podcast for today.
Yeah, yep. Over many decades, the studios and teams that make up Activision Blizzard have earned vast wellsprings of joy and respect from billions of people all over the world. We are incredibly excited to have the chance to work with the amazing, talented, dedicated people across Activision Publishing, besides maybe one person, Blizzard Entertainment, Beanox, Humanware, Digital Legends, High Noon Studios, Infinity Ward, King, Major League Gaming, Radical Entertainment, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games. Are you keeping count? Toys for Bob,
I am
Treyarch,
not.
and every team across Activision Blizzard.
I am not.
And it's massive. This is massive. And then they go on to say until this transaction closes, Activision Blizzard and Microsoft Gaming will continue to operate independently. Once the deal is complete, Activision Blizzard business will report to me as the CEO of Microsoft Gaming. I
Okay,
am
I'm
bringing
gonna
this to
pause you. I'm gonna pause you at that step, at that
this
statement.
is
This
this
is
is
this is Phil Spencer's "I'm CEO bitch" moment.
yep,
I'm just gonna say it.
absolutely.
That statement is it's such big dick energy, dude. I
It is
fucking love it.
complete BT.
I love it. I fucking love it. All right, go
He's,
on.
he's you said this is the bouillabaisse, right? And Phil Spencer's the chef. It's just this is it. He's the Gordon Ramsay of gaming.
This is the "I'm CEO bitch" moment. That's it. Wrap it up.
I'm
Wrap it up.
Britney, bitch. Uh, I might have gotten that reference wrong. The internet will correct me.
Oh man, it's so good. All right.
Then to paraphrase real quick, uh, Game Pass has more than 25 million subscribers, and they want to bring most of these games to Game Pass to add more value. Again, paraphrasing, really shortening this out so that we can
Yep, yep.
get through this article. Accelerating plans for cloud gaming, getting more people to participate in the Xbox community, and of course, Activision Blizzard has one of the most played shooters of all time and RPGs or MMOs of all
Yep.
time, which is StarCraft, World of Warcraft. Not my cup of tea, but I know there are millions and millions
Oh,
and
that's
millions
a
of people out there
that's a metaverse in
who
of itself.
who die over this. So maybe a step in the right direction for those people who enjoy these games.
Yep.
For Activision to leave, or rather, yeah, for Activision to cut ties with that one person, who we will take out some special words for in the end, in memoriam. Um, but
Well, it's yet to be seen if it's in memoriam as of now, at least.
uh, we
But
hope.
we'll see. But we'll see.
It goes on to say, we deeply value individual studio cultures. We also believe that creative success and autonomy go hand in hand with treating every person with dignity and respect. And we hold all teams and leaders to this commitment. They are looking forward to extending their culture of proactive inclusion to the great teams across Activision Blizzard. And they wrap it up by saying that there's nothing more exciting. There's no more exciting venue for fun and connection than video games, and they're welcoming Activision Blizzard to Microsoft Gaming.
All right.
This is brilliant.
This
I have not
is
processed it,
okay.
but
So
it
I'm
is
gonna
brilliant.
I'm gonna point out a couple of like quick takeaways from this particular article. All right. First and foremost, I think Phil Spencer ran out of coffee this morning because he literally. I mean, this article is 5:25 a.m. The way I see it,
Yeah.
it's at 5:25 a.m. Phil Spencer woke up and he's like, we ran out of coffee, guys. We need something to wake the world up. So here we go. Let's just dump 70 billion into like an acquisition. Okay. Quick takeaways. Okay. Staggering roster of video games. I believe Phil himself tweeted or mentioned in one of his calls with the team earlier this morning that this makes Microsoft the third largest in terms of revenue, the third
Yeah.
largest organization in terms of video game revenue, just behind Tencent and Sony.
Yep.
That's the biggest takeaway. I mean, franchises, well, Call of
Oh,
Duty, Diablo, StarCraft, Overwatch, just to name a few at this point. And that's just. We thought the Bethesda acquisition was big. This is
for some reason, I feel this tops that because
by far. I mean, okay. So if we consider the kind of preferences people have in video gaming, right? I mean, this multiplayer acquisitions are always great. A lot of people prefer playing multiplayer versus single player. In fact, a lot of the industry is largely multiplayer oriented, if I'm not
multi.
wrong. So
Yep.
to that extent, this is like a massive acquisition, and I mean, Call of Duty itself
Is massive. Again,
uh,
like Warcraft, StarCraft, like let's
Candy
leave
Crush.
out
Oh yeah,
Candy Crush.
we didn't mention Candy Crush. Candy Crush is
It,
in this roster, by the way.
it's a
It's just
money maker.
oh
It's the
man.
NFTs. It's the NFTs of video
It's the
games.
pre-NFTs of the NFTs. Oh man. I'm going to talk about one more aspect really quick, which is at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, Sony devs are basically, Sony studios and Sony devs and Sony execs are basically scratching their heads and saying, guys, what is first person shooter? At
Yep.
this point, do they even have, because, okay, Microsoft is not going to buy this organization for 70 billion and allow these games to turn up on Sony's platforms. I'm
Oh, absolutely not.
pretty sure about that. So at this point, what does Sony what does Sony have in the way of first person shooters?
They have Killzone, which they have touched since Shadowfall, but that
Well,
seems like it. I'm looking at my shelf and I see nothing else. So
I guess not. So probably, well, hey, we're gonna have a quick call. Jim Ryan's probably gonna call up the Sony guys and be like, all right,
should we sell to Xbox?
let's just shelve everything and let's just come up with a couple of FPS games, guys. We need something to
Yeah.
get the money bags jingling once again. Oh man,
You know why?
this is insane. This is insane. All right, what do you think, Kedar? What are the things that you're? I mean, I'm just talking about the very tips of the iceberg over here. Honestly, in all honesty, we might probably cover this news extensively in the next couple of days.
Soon
Uh,
enough. Yeah.
but we're just giving the top of the mind rambling. We're just rambling at the top of mind, honestly, at this point.
Where literally we
We're
saw the
literally
news,
rambling,
we
and we're
were
like, all
10
right.
minutes in, and we were like, we need to do this because this is topical content.
Yep, yeah. Topical content hashtag. Let's grab it. All
And I
right.
feel like excitement's through the roof. Like,
Oh, it
they will
is. It is
buy,
absolutely. Twitter is ablaze right now.
of course. And my takeaway here, right? Like, I am
Yep.
not someone who is into Warcraft, Starcraft. Definitely, Candy Crush is not my kind of game. Neither is Call of Duty anymore.
Yep. Yep.
It's the single player games and the platformers that they've taken away from. I mean, I don't want to say taken away just yet, but
Quote
there are
unquote.
quite few hints in the article that say that they will eventually become exclusives, and I
Yep.
don't want to rule that out.
Yep.
That's what they did with.
I mean, come on,
Bethesda.
70 million, 70 billion, 70
70
billion.
billion,
They're
right?
not
Like,
going
you
to.
want
They're not doing this just to like. They're not going to give.
the
They're
ROI
not going to
has
share the
to
money
pay
on
off.
this. They're not going to share the money on this.
Not.
No way. No way.
No. So that's what, right? Like, I want to see where they're going to take franchises like Guitar Hero. Maybe
Yep.
that requires like a resurrection, and that'd be crazy.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
they could do like a Guitar Hero Classics, Crash Bandicoot, amazing remakes, Spyro, amazing remakes, very nostalgic. Overwatch, hopefully new directions with Overwatch 2. Probably not. I'm guessing
We'll
it's
see.
closed.
I guess we'll see. I think a lot to be seen now.
Diablo and Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk, very niche category, a niche category of the genre of game, but can be pulled off very well if there is a competent team of developers.
Yep.
I'm placing all my bets on Diablo and Tony Hawk right now because
Yeah, Diablo's hot property right now. Diablo's the hot property because
they're
Activision. I
kind
mean,
of also my kind of game. So I'm like, yeah, this
yep.
feels like the safest place to put my money.
And considering the last COD has not really delivered as per expectations the way I see it, and
Yeah.
Diablo is of course one of the most renowned games in the universe, quote unquote.
Yep.
I believe that this is it's just my head's spinning, Kedar. I don't know what to say anymore.
I'm just scanning the list to see if I missed anything. Like
Then
they have one of everything. They have an RPG, they have a sports game, they
Yeah.
have platformers, they have MMOs, they
FPS.
have a card game, they have a mobile game, they have a first person shooter. What are they missing?
Nothing. It's done. I think this is it.
Nothing.
At this point, I think, and I saw this tweet somewhere. I don't
They have
remember
a
who
music
tweeted
sim
this.
also.
They have a music sim as well. I think I saw a tweet somewhere. I can't remember exactly who it was that tweeted it because I've been literally sitting on Twitter for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Someone tweeted out that this probably is antitrust, which means it might defy the laws of fair competition, so to speak.
Okay.
With Microsoft essentially just buying out all the competition literally wherever they go, every step of the way.
Okay.
There are implications. There could be implications rather. I think that's the better way to phrase it. Do you consider this as anti-competitive? I mean, Microsoft is basically just going guns blazing and saying, "Hey, if we can't beat him, we buy him." At this point, surely.
So here's the thing though. They bought Tencent 2 years ago.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Tencent.
who bought Tencent? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Someone bought Tencent.
the
I am very confused. Sorry. They bought, and because here's the thing, right? Like, and we will edit that out because that's
Yeah.
too fucking embarrassing. So they bought Bethesda what? 2020, 2021.
2020. I think the tail end of 2020, basically. Yep.
2020. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So that have they bought someone before that is my question because it
Oh,
feels like
no.
this guerrilla buying technique, right?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, so they are on a rampage here, but I don't think so. I am not someone who's familiar with legal terminology, so antitrust laws are alien to me. I have heard of this term
So
today.
basically, the implications being that it defies fair competition, essentially.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I wouldn't claim to be a legal expert myself, by any means, but it basically stands by. I mean, the ground that a couple of people are taking, the stance a couple of people are taking is essentially, are they chipping away at the opportunity for fair competition within the space? Which could very well be the case because they're essentially on a buying spree at this point.
They are. So I don't see it as. I don't know if I see it as antitrust or not.
Right.
So a part of me says no because it's like if I have the money, why don't I buy it?
Why not? Exactly.
Right? So here is how I look at it. While they are buying out a company, they might also be employing a lot of people.
Yep.
a lot of good people who
Yep.
might be deserving of the money. They're probably expanding because the one thing I have noticed about Microsoft is that in the past couple of years, right, ever since
Mm-hmm.
Game Pass has become a little more accessible and approachable, everyone has been able to enjoy games. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that has affected their income in a very good way, or
Mm-hmm.
their overall revenue, right? Which allows them to employ better developers,
Mm-hmm.
allows them to pay more developers, hopefully. And this is again, I'm just like analyzing out of my ass, but this is
Mm-hmm.
probably how it work, right? In a perfect world. If that's their goal here, or if that's their end game here, with the promise of making gaming more accessible, creating a community, which we do have proof of, which they have done in the past couple of years, then I feel like they're bringing more to the consumer than taking away.
Right. Right.
That is one way to look at it.
That's one way to look at it. Yep. Yep.
On the other hand, they are basically gatekeeping a lot of people who are on other consoles and platforms. If that is the case, if they are going to be like, no, Bethesda is going to be exclusive, Activision is going to be cross-platform, everyone, even people on Nintendo
I would
Switch
be
can have
amazed.
fun. I'd be amazed too, but that would still lessen the blow for people spending their money on other products, right? Or going with the company that they find more appealing, or who
Mm-hmm.
have the more appealing games. But that remains to be seen. I feel like, because here is the thing, the way I look at it, if you take away the platformers, if you take away the sports games,
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo is just left with Nintendo Switch exclusives.
Essentially that.
Yeah,
Oh
because
man.
Sony is not going to port their games onto Switch. Like, the PC
Mm.
was a big deal to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
not
if
happening.
and the few remaining games like Diablo Resurrected, or if that goes away, I mean, they won't take it off a platform, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But future Diablo games, if they will not be playable on Nintendo consoles.
Yep.
Which, like, if you think about it, like, at least a platformer, right? That makes reasonable sense to be on a Nintendo console. But it's all up in the air right now.
Oh
So
man.
let's see.
Oh man.
What do you think?
That's.
What do you think? I want to know what you think.
I don't know
We're
if
both
I,
legal illiterate, so
from a legal standpoint, I don't think anyone can really stop them. I mean, who's going to stop them? And what's I'm okay on what grounds essentially, right? Because pretty much every okay, even though Sony isn't doing it at this kind of pace, or even if Tencent isn't doing it at this kind of like scale, for example, I mean, on
yeah.
what grounds can they essentially say, hey, that's unfair if they're doing the same things in their own ways? So I don't know, man. I mean, it's a thought to think about. Maybe something we'll know about a little more over the next couple of days or so, but or maybe the next couple of years, so to speak, if
Yeah,
they do
I
get
feel like
embroiled in some legal issues. But we'll see.
yeah,
We'll
I
see.
feel like there is a lot they've not. Of course, it's fresh. Like, it's from an hour ago since we started recording.
Yeah.
So we really don't know. This is still very unpredictable ground. We're just rambling like madmen.
Oh, it is. It is. But honestly, 70 billion. That is the news of the day. Uh,
50 fucking billion.
70 billion is a lot. That's well, it's a it's a massive amount of. Uh, that's a lot of souls. That's a lot of souls, guys.
That's a lot of
That's a lot
souls.
of souls. Of course, we had to throw in a souls reference in there. All right. So we are going to be talking about this in greater detail over the next couple of days. We'll probably be having a lot more people from the Game Stage folks on board for
Yes.
this particular podcast whenever we do this. But yeah, big news of the year. Big news of the year. A great way to start off our first recording for the year itself. Look forward to more. We're going to be talking about this one particularly. Check it out. Keep an eye out on the socials for that, and our YouTube, of course. And we will catch you soon. Until then, let us know your thoughts. Drop in any comments, any thoughts, any ideas. The space below is always open. Hit us up. Until then, game on. Except if you're on Sony. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. All right. We will catch you guys.
All
Kedar,
right. See you.
adios. See you.
Adios. Bye bye.
Bye.